Hi GreatDrams, today we're going to have a quick look at a tasting profile of the Highgrove 12-year-old single malt Scotch whisky matured for a minimum of 12 years. So this is actually Laphroaig 12-year-old, bottled in 2009 from cask number 136, and essentially it's Laphroaig bottled under the Highgrove brand of Prince Charles, who's a big fan of Laphroaig. You've got his motif and royal warrant on every bottle nowadays, and so every now and then he gets to bottle his own, normally for events and charity events and all that kind of stuff. Occasionally it gets released to the wider public, and this one's been knocking around my whiskey cabinet for a while, and only opened it a couple of days ago to share with some friends. So let's have a quick look and see what we're getting. So instantly on the nose you've got a very subtle peat actually. It's there's an undercurrent, quite grassy notes you'd expect to get from a typical beautiful Laphroaig, say 10-year-old or even their old version of the 15-year-old. It's very delicate actually. For although it's a single cask, it's not bottled at cask strength. It's been brought down to 46%, as I mentioned, and so it's not got that power and that kind of punch you'd want from a single cask normally. Say if you're with opening an SMWS Laphroaig, for example, but still the nose is very nice, very subtle, very eloquent, and very restrained. And so the whiskey itself, there's your Laphroaig punch. All that TCP and that real kind of tingy, tangly peat note that we all know and love from Laphroaig releases is hitting the back of the tongue once you swallow and throughout the palate. And now I'm getting that really classic kind of Marmite-esque, as in polarizing opinion-esque Laphroaig distillery character coming through. Lots of peat, lots of fun, very nice. Very, very subtle fruits coming through, but not many at all, really. All about the peat, but a delicate peat, coupled with those TCP antiseptic notes. Maybe some subtle mango hints there when I go back to the nose, but not overly. And potentially dried coconut as well. Really nice, well-rounded whiskey actually. One I'm sure the Prince is very proud of, but more importantly, I really like. A very soft, sweet peat finish to it. So once you've gone through all the other flavour profiles I've mentioned and the notes that I've mentioned, on the second sip especially, and I'm guessing third and fourth onwards, it gets a little bit sweeter. Your mouth is more awake to the peat. It knows what it's looking for and what it's about to kind of happen to it, so to speak. And so it's braced for it and handles it in a slightly different way. Really nice. Just wish it had been at cask strength so we could have seen what it's like fresh from the cask, then added a little bit of water to see what effect that had on it. So cask strength Laphroaig is absolutely superb. Again, Scotch Malt Whisky Society bottlings of it, number 29, don't tell them I told you, is typically brilliant and highlights within their outturns of the year. So yeah, it's a shame they didn't do it with this one, but I understand that they're trying to stretch it as far as possible. This is bottle number 285, all handwritten on there and hand smudged, sadly. But yeah, very nice. And just as a note of reference, Laphroaig being famous for most richly flavoured of all malt Scotch whiskies, with strong notes of peat, smoke and seaweed. So we're definitely getting all of that coming through. And yeah, nicely done. Cheers. Until next time, I'm Greg. Bye.